Everyone thinks the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro is the ultimate Android adventure watch, but here is the thing, you probably should not buy it unless you fit a very specific profile, because the problems I ran into after 3 weeks of testing were hard to ignore. I took it hiking, ran city loops, slept with it for 12 nights to test advanced sleep coaching, and compared GPS tracks against a Garmin and an Apple Watch. On paper, you get titanium, sapphire crystal, big battery, GPX routes, and body composition analysis right on your wrist. In practice, there are caveats nobody mentions. Stay with me because the biggest deal breaker did not show up until week 2. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you are already convinced and want the best current price, I have the link below. It is dipped as low as around $159.99 with a 4.6-star average on Amazon. But stick around, because what I found might change whether that is a steal or a trap. Here is why I bought it. I needed a rugged smartwatch that could survive weekend trail runs and light backpacking without babying the battery, but still let me respond to messages and use Google Apps. My Watch 4 died mid-hike more than once. A Fitbit kept me alive on battery but felt barebones for navigation. A Garmin nailed endurance but made smart features feel like dial-up. The Watch 5 Pro promised a titanium case, 2x stronger sapphire crystal compared to Watch 4 series, trackback, GPX route import, and better sensors for heart rate and sleep. I wanted the best of both worlds, Wear OS convenience and outdoor reliability. Honestly, I was skeptical but hopeful. The emotional stake was simple. I did not want to miss another turn in a dense forest or babysit battery percentages on a Saturday when I should be off-grid and offline. I started with battery and endurance. Samsung talks about improved battery life. The Pro packs a big cell, and with always-on display off, I stretched to nearly 3 full days with light use. A few dozen notifications, 30 minutes of GPS, and continuous heart rate. But then I turned on always-on, kept notifications buzzing, and ran a 5-hour hike with GPX turn-by-turn guidance. End of day, 35%. Day 2 ended at 8% by dinner. This is fine for a smartwatch, but not the multi-day beast marketing implies. Charging was another surprise. From 10% to full took me about 1 hour 45 minutes on the included puck, and alignment was finicky. Missed the sweet spot and it heats and charges slowly. If you value quick top-ups, that is a problem. Next, GPS and navigation. Route tracking is the headline. Imported GPX into Samsung Health Sync, and the watch gives voice or vibration turn by turn. In open parks and suburban streets, the track was impressively clean, but then I tested in a dense city and under a pine canopy. Side by side with a Garmin, I saw occasional drift of 10 to 30 meters and a couple of late turn prompts that had me overshoot a junction before buzzing me back. Trackback usually worked, but one paused and resumed session recalculated oddly and tried to lead me around a loop I did not take. It is solid for day hikes and gravel rides, yet not a replacement for a dedicated multi-sport navigator if you live by breadcrumb perfection. Health features were a mixed bag. Sleep tracking and advanced sleep coaching were better than I expected. After the required 7 nights and a short survey, the insights felt useful, especially sleep consistency nudges and snoring detection when paired with my phone. Heart rate accuracy improved versus my Watch 4 thanks to the curved bioactive sensor hugging the wrist. Steady runs were within a few BPM of a chest strap, though hit spikes lagged when the band loosened. The BIA body composition tool is neat for trends, but remember, it is not a medical device. Here is the kicker: ECG and blood pressure are locked to Samsung phones. On my Pixel, those tiles never fully unlock. If you are not in Samsung's ecosystem, you are buying hardware you cannot fully use. Build and comfort were the sleeper issue. The titanium case with that raised lip over sapphire glass is tough. I banged it on a rock face and walked away with 0 scratches. Water resistance is solid for pool sessions, but it is thick and heavy for smaller wrists, and that debuckle sport band looks premium yet can be a pain. It is not as micro-adjustable on the fly as a classic sports strap, so getting a snug fit for intervals versus a looser day-to-day fit means fiddling. When it loosens, heart rate spikes go weird, and auto-workout detection can start late. I miss the old rotating bezel too. The touch bezel works, but with sweaty fingers it is hit or miss. Here is where it gets interesting. The most surprising discovery was value. At launch, this watch was hard to recommend over a Garmin for outdoor folks. but at around $159.99, the calculus changes if you own a Galaxy phone. You get rugged materials, legit 2-day battery with moderate GPS, offline-capable Google Maps on the wrist, auto workout tracking for 90-plus exercises, and sleep coaching that actually nudges better habits. My bias here is the time sunk: 3 weeks of daily wear, 8 tracked runs, 4 hikes, 2 pool swims, and 12 sleep logs. Against alternatives, it sits in a weird middle lane. Compared to Garmin, navigation still feels basic. GPX import only, no multi-sport courses with complex data pages, and the turn prompts can lag under canopy. Compared to Apple Watch, you lose the app depth and ultra-tight ecosystem polish, but gain better durability out of the box and longer battery than standard Wear OS watches. And here is the too good to be true bit. Hitting those multi-day claims often assumes always-on display off, modest notifications, and minimal GPS. Turn everything on and it behaves like what it is, a strong battery smartwatch, not an endurance monster. Now that you know who it is really for, if you are leaning yes, grab it while the price is this low. Deals move fast and stock swings. Link is in the description for the best current price, plus I will drop alternatives I referenced if your needs skew more outdoors or more smart. Bottom line, do not buy the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro if you are on a non-Samsung Android and want ECG or blood pressure, if you have small wrists and hate chunky watches, if you need flawless, lag-free turn prompts under dense canopy, or if fast charging is a must. Do buy it if you are in the Galaxy ecosystem, want a tough titanium and sapphire watch with better-than-average battery, solid sleep coaching, and good enough GPX guidance for day hikes and rides. At around $159.99 with a 4.6-star crowd behind it, it is a compelling buy with clear trade-offs. Let us be real, it is pro, but only if you play by Samsung's rules.